Which one of these is more spicy? Come on, wake up, guys. If you're eating, it's fine. I'll eat with you. Which one of these pepper is more spicy?
The red one.
Okay. Okay.
I'll need to see you bite each first, John. Your face will tell me.
I already done that previously. I will do it again. Don't worry. Okay. Jay cannot tell. They're the same. Okay. Well, I could try if I smell. I will know it's spicy or it's not spicy. What if I told you the green one is more spicy? What you will tell me? For those who said red. What if I told you, no, the red is sweet, the green one more spicy? You will say, no, how can? The red is spicy because already in your memory, the red is spicy. But did you ask where is the green one from? No. In many places, the green one is more spicy than the red one. And this is the case here. I will bite to show you, but let me make sure I will not kill myself. It's sweet. This green pepper is sweet. Actually, they're both sweet. I was shocked too. The thing is, now I rewrote my perception. I rewrote my top down. So now I have I experienced that it might not be spicy. I was thinking, by default, we always think the red pepper is more spicy. But technically, sometimes the green is more spicy, as if you can see, most of the green pickles, most of the pepper pickles, the spicy ones are the green ones. So now, when I told you, try it, and you try it, and oh, yeah, really, it's not spicy, you rewrote your top-down experience.
Hi there, Adrian here, and this is a video from a Zoom session that we do. We do these Zoom sessions every Sunday, and we take questions and answers from the audience, some of our students, some of our members. We never know what questions are coming up, so I'm always excited to do these sessions, and I hope to see you at one of them. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below and check out the other playlists that we have. Thank you, enjoy.
While I saw and know what was coming, I just wanted to share this powerful quote with everyone. And it says that your beliefs becomes your thoughts becomes your words becomes your action becomes your habits becomes your values becomes your destiny. And we like to thank Sir Mahatma Gandhi for this one. I once heard this powerful story of two brothers. They were twins and they had an alcoholic father. And a journalist who was very inspired by their story wanted to find these two brothers because one became an alcoholic and the other became very successful. And the journalist was very curious as to how did this happen? So when he found the first brother, he asked the alcoholic brother, like, how did this happen? And he replied, well, with a father like mine, how couldn't it? Then he tracked down the second brother who was highly successful, and he asked the same question. Well, how did this happen? And to his surprise, he replied, well, with a father like mine, how couldn't it have? Yeah. So words and beliefs are very, very powerful. So for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Dino Delplesh and I'm a high performance coach. And also tonight, I'll be your host. So officially, welcome to the After Hours discussion with professional coaches. If this is your first time here, that's an extra welcome to you. And just a quick snippet, this handsome man here is Adrian Cahill, and he's a CEO and founder of the Motivate community and the initiator of these discussions. So just give some love to him and really appreciate the work that he is doing and will be continuing doing. And with that said, I'd like to just introduce you to our featured speaker for tonight, Sir John Azzo. who's an ICF and ACC personal development coach. And today he'll be sharing with you his expertise and guidance on thoughts, beliefs, and behavior. Hi, John. I'm really happy to have you here tonight, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that introduction and the lovely, let's say, kickoff. Really amazing how you linked everything together and how this quote from Mahatma Gandhi, man, just hit the nerve. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And at the same time, thanks. I would like to thank everyone for giving me your time and joining me here tonight on Sunday to have allow me to share my knowledge with you. To cover everything, we will be talking on high level. We'll not be going into too much details because the theory behind every point I will be making today, it's a little bit deep. So as some of you know me here, my name is John. I'm originally from Lebanon. I've been in China for 13 years. I've been helping individual and organization individuals to be better themselves and organization to hire their performance and be a better teams for around 18 years. I'm a personal development coach now, ICF, ACC, and I'm in love with behaviors. So you can see I have many trainings around behaviors, around how the brain works, the cognitive behavior therapy and NLP, rational emotional behavioral therapy, and so on. So why the behaviors? Hold on, I'm facing. Okay, no. Okay, before you start, I would like to share with you 2 sentences. Okay, I would like you to fill in on your paper, if you got paper and pen, fill in them. We'll get back to them by the end of our session. 1 sentence is, I lost my job, therefore, fill the gap. Okay? I lost my job, therefore, fill the space. Then, that's causing to fill the space. You with me? All right. So are you in control of your emotion? I would say depends. Sometimes you can control them, sometimes you can't. What if I told you you are in control of your emotions and actually all the emotion and belief and thoughts are all in together and you can control them. And by controlling them, you will be in control of the quality of your life. So as a behavioral and personal development coach, what we focus is our ability to control. In psychology, the control of your thoughts, it's the maturity of the mind. So if you think about this, thoughts, emotions, behaviors, belief, how can you control all of these? We will learn today how these are linked together and how can you control and how can you have a different outcome. But as I told you, it will be in high level. We'll dig in that later. CBT, what's CBT practitioner? CBT stands for Cognitive Behavioral Therapy. Mainly they focus on the now and the how to challenge and improve the cognitive distortion. It's found by Beck and Ellis, Albert Ellis and Aaron Beck in the 1960s and so on. They believe it's in order to change your emotions, in order to control your emotion, control your behaviors, you need to control your thoughts. What's going on in your thoughts? So here what you see in front of you is the core module of the CBT, where we say what we think affect the way we feel and affect the way we behave. What we feel affect the way we think and affect the way we behave. And then how we behave affect the way we think and affect the way we feel. They're all linked. They're all linked and they're all influenced by each other. I'm having difficulty with my clicker. Let's start by digging in the behaviors. Whenever I hear the word behaviors, I always use the the tool DISC. My tool is based on this methodology. Who of you heard of DISC? DISC. I will give you a fast brief about DISC. So DISC is DISC theory found in 1928 by Dr. William Martin, based on his book, Emotion of Normal People. What he says is we behave in, mainly we behave in 4 different areas in general. So as you can see, there is 4 areas mainly. We have all the behaviors, they're divided by 4 areas. Everyone has a preferred behavior style. These 4 areas are the decisive, influential, conscientious, and stable. What are these areas? These areas, if you can see in the map, it's technically divided by 2 axes. First axis are the task-oriented people, those people who behave in task-oriented way when they want to get the job done. Just get me the job, like you see it mainly in leaders, managers mainly. Get the job done. I want to get it fast. I want the result. I am always competitive, always want to finish all their tasks fast. Where other people, and the people, they behave mainly in the people behavior area. Okay, so task-oriented, people-oriented area. They care about relationships. They more, like not they care, they prefer relationship than task. So technically we all behave and sometimes depend on the situation, whether in task-oriented way or in the people-oriented way. At the same time, the other axis is extrovert and introvert. That doesn't mean we are extrovert or that doesn't mean we are introvert. We behave depending on a certain situation in an introversion way or extraversion way. Why I love this map? This map technically have 3 layers. One layer is the DISC methodology. The other layer is the linguistic, and they bring them all together in a cartography. So you can see here, as you can see in front of you, it's the landscape of behaviors, word of difference. What we say, we all behave in all of these areas, but every one of us have a preferred behavior style where we behave in this style in a certain situation. Let me give it for you an example. For example, you are taking a selfie. When you want to take a selfie, you will not just hold your phone and selfie. You will make sure the angle is correct, the light is correct, your smile is correct. Some of us will take 10 selfies until get 1 selfie. So that's what I say, the behavior, the preferred behavior style. It's how you like to behave in certain situation. It shows more than others. Here you see the 4 areas without the words on the map. As I said, task-oriented, people-oriented, extrovert, introvert, and then we will have the 4 areas: decisive, influential, stable, conscientious. Mainly people in the decisive area, as I said before, because they're task-oriented and extrovert. So you will see them, they're more result-oriented, they're more direct, they think and decide fast, they're competitive, they're persistent, they're problem solver. At the same time, they're adventurous. So they like to take risks. Where people in the green area, stable area, you will see them calm, harmonious, reliable, they're careful, they're patient, they have their norms and values are different, they are good listener, they value dedication. While again, those people in the green area, they're introvert and people-oriented. Their behavior style is introvert and people-oriented. That's why they value people and they value like themselves, their own time. All of us sometimes, like I myself, I like to charge by myself. At the same time, when I'm in the event, I'm all over the place. It depends on the situation. Sometimes we behave in introvert way, sometimes we behave in extrovert way. While people in the influential area, you will see them optimistic. They're mainly behave in a people-oriented way, an extrovert area. So you will see them optimistic. They're motivated, enthusiastic, networker. They like to talk with people. They like to make friends. They like to jump here, jump and there. They're persuasive and visionary at the same time. While the last area, which is mainly task-oriented and introverts area, it's the blue area, which is the conscientious area. Those people value quality. They're meticulous, realistic, creates order, create analytic, rational, tactic. So as I said before, we all have all in all of these areas. We all have behaviors belong to each of these areas, but we have a preferred behavior style we show in certain situations. Why is it important to understand our behaviors? Why is it important to understand in which area you are? Why is it important to understand what areas are there and each area how they behave? I mainly use, as I said, this being used by 50 million people. Mainly organizations use it to evaluate the team behavior whenever they want to have a better team bonding or better team performance. On the individual level, mainly I use it and people been using it to improve their relationships, have a better relationships, whether personal or professional relationships, like with your family or with your loved ones or with your teammates. Now, why is it important to understand our behaviors? Later, if we have time by the end of the session today, I will take you on everyone to have explore the word of difference. Why understanding our behaviors matter? It's mainly of 3 levels. So first level is you need to understand yourself. If I want to have a better communication, let's say, or I want to have a better relationship with Dino, it all starts from within. I need to understand me first. I need to understand my behavior style. And as Dino just showed you before, and as I will tell you later, the behavior linked to your values. So most of us, those all together are driven. So if I want to understand others, first I need to start by myself, understand my area, understand my preferred style, what I want to improve, what I want to change. Once I understand the me level, then I need to understand the you level, what other areas around me, how people from other areas behave, how people from other areas think. Once I understand the me level, once you understand the you level, then you can go to the we level. So how we connect together, how we work together better. Let me see, as you can see, there is a map behind me. I am really fascinated with the map because it's always helped me thought-provoking. So once I understand, let's say I am a person in the conscientious area, okay? I know my behaviors, I know my which task or people oriented, I know how I think preferably. If I want to communicate from a person in the yellow area, how will be better communicating? Whether I know how they prefer or whether I don't know. For sure I know. Let me give you an example. Once I was working with one manager, okay? So this manager, we had I felt we have a miscommunication. I used to say something, he understand me differently. Then he says something, I misunderstand him. Then I start to dig deep. How, in my experience, where this person on this map belong. I understand that he belongs in decisive area. So I understand these people in decisive area, mainly they like facts, they like task-oriented, they don't like stories, just give me the result. You want to get this one, how to get this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, get it done. So I was like, all right, let's try it. So I went there and I was preparing a pitch. In the pitch, I gave him this one from here. This one I get it from this research. I get it from this research. I gave him all the facts around the pitch and it ticked. We clicked. Once I understand in which area is he, so I know how to communicate with him better. Once I communicate with him using his own preferred language, communication was much easier, understanding was much easier, then result was faster and different. So that's why in my experience and my opinion, in order to understand, to develop a better relationships or develop a better teamwork or team environment, all start with yourself, then understand others, so you can communicate together. Now, that's the behavior section. Okay, as you remember, we have thoughts, emotions, behaviors. So the behaviors mainly, we behave in the world of behaviors in 4 different areas. What influence our behaviors? How our behaviors form? Our behavior is influenced by our thoughts. So the way we think, the way we talk to ourselves, influence the way we behave. Now I will show you a slide and I would love you to put in the chat, what are you seeing in the coming picture? And remember, there is no right and wrong. Everyone, what you're saying, just write in the picture. If you saw it before, then please wait until you write what you saw in the picture. Pie chart, lovely. Who else?
It is square.
Sorry?
It's a square.
It's a square. Okay. Okay.
Once.
Directional arrow. Okay. Trees. Lovely. Cube. I think Annabelle meant that the square is cube. Yeah, I got it. Diamonds. All right. What else? Connection. Okay. Right. And you are all right. It might be cube. It might be arrows, pie chart. Now let's look at it again. I believe after everyone shared their thoughts, and after everyone share what you say, I'm hungry, so pizza. That's works as well. Everyone share what are their thoughts. Now, if I flip the slides, hold on. Now you all are able to see the cube. The reason we are all now, is there a cube here? I would like you to take a moment to think. Is there really a cube here?
I think it's not the real cube. It's just our, the imagination, because
That's correct also, Annabelle. It's a peace sign if you go individually. So technically there is no cube here. It's an illusion. If I show the same photo for a 2-year-old kid, will they see a cube? Why? You're shaking your head. Why they will not see the cube?
maybe they don't know the cube yet. They don't know this called cube yet.
That's right. That's totally right. Because a 2-year-old kid, they will not know what cube means. So this is the thing. We perceive this dimensional draw as a cube. Since we are young, they taught us this is a cube. This is how the cube looks like. So now if Adrian's son with us, awake, he will look at the photo, he will not see cube. He will see just black dots and white lines. Well, I believe he will see the cube because he's intelligence more than other kids. So this is the point. The point is, it's how we label what we see. Yes, exactly. So others also influence our perceptions. What others see and what others say sometimes influence our perceptions. So that's we need to be aware of. Who's right in the slides? What are they discussing? So as you can see, one person say it's 8. One person say it's infinity signal. One person say it's a wave. Other person, the purple guy, say it's a pretzel. Other one is DNA. Who's right and who's wrong? They are all right. Because everyone is looking at the same shape, but everyone, West. Yeah, you're right also. Pretend I understand that. So everyone is looking at the same shape, but everyone has their own knowledge. They have their own perception of what this is. So that might be 8 for some. That might be infinity for some. That might be DNA shape for some. It depends on what you already consumed before, what your expertise, what you learned before. That's how you perform your perceptions. Now, as we linked to the cube before, we cannot unsee what we've seen. Now you see the cube everywhere. You will see the slide plays. You will see the cube directly. Directly, you will see the cube. Why? You just rewrote your perception. Once like 10 people in the room seeing a cube and you are not seeing the cube, you will stay at it until you see the cube, then you will rewrite it in your memory. This is a cube. If I see the slide next time, you will directly see the cube. Most of the time we make assumption. So we assume we assume that. And that's also influence our perception. Just we need to make sure that our assumptions are like let's say not valid. Let's decrease our assumption if we want to have more facts. Let's be based on facts. We all have selective perception. As Jay was saying, it's all based on knowledge, which is the empirical knowledge. It's based on experience, based on what they taught us in the school, based on how we grow up, based on the culture we're in. Don't forget the culture you're in also influences the perception, because what you see, let's say in my country, that's mean this to me. But here, this mean that. They're not the same. So we need to adapt based on where are we, based on what we're seeing, based on also how others perceiving things. Knowledge is not true. Exactly. Knowledge is what we learned. Thank you, Dino. We always want to change. We will come to that later. We always want to change our top-down perceptions. Why? Because we want to have a different perception of the things. We want to get better. We want to improve our brain. We need to rewrite what we learn if we want to grow. In perception, to form a rational perception, it's two-way process. As you can see here, top-down, bottom-up. So let's start with the bottom-up. Bottom-up, actually, it's not only the eye and the retina. One of the way is the eye and the retina, but the other way, as I told you, it's very in-depth. I have like full course only on the perceptions, because the perception is very, very big topic, and at the same time have a huge impact on how we feel and how we behave. So the bottom-up, it's on the perceptual set, which is our 8 senses. Yes, we have 8 senses. I learned that last year. So technically, those 8 senses, when you feel something, you have first perception. That's we call the bottom-up. Let me give you an example. Most of us, I am one of them, like we know Africa is very hot. I never been to Africa. You might never been to Africa. So how we know this? It's very hot. Based on the documentation, based on the documentary, based on the computer, based on the media, we have the assumption that it's very hot. Okay, so that's top down. We go there. Oof, really, it is very hot. Now we felt it. Now we develop the bottom up. Okay, we rewrite our top down. Yes, indeed, Africa continent is very hot because we experience the hot, and at the same time we rewrote the top down. Which one of these is more spicy? Come on, wake up, guys. If you're eating, it's fine. I'll eat with you. Which one of these pepper is more spicy?
The red one.
Okay. Okay.
I'll need to see you bite each first, John. Your face will tell me.
I already done that previously. I will do it again. Don't worry. Okay. Jay cannot tell. They're the same. Okay. Well, I could try if I smell. I will know it's spicy or it's not spicy. What if I told you the green one is more spicy? What you will tell me? For those who said red, what if I told you, no, the red is sweet, the green one more spicy? You will say, no, how can? The red is spicy because already in your memory, the red is spicy. But did you ask where is the green one from? No. In many places, the green one is more spicy than the red one. And this is the case here. I will bite to show you, but let me make sure I will not kill myself. It's sweet. This green pepper is sweet. Actually, they're both sweet. I was shocked too. The thing is, now I rewrote my perception. I rewrote my top down. So now I have I experienced that it might not be spicy. I was thinking, by default, we always think the red pepper is more spicy. But technically, sometimes the green is more spicy. As if you can see, most of the green pickles, most of the pepper pickles, the spicy ones are the green ones. So now, when I told you, try it, and you try it, and oh, yeah, really, it's not spicy. You rewrote your top-down experience. To explain for you more how the top-down, bottom-up work. I will give you a simple example. In many places, not many places, I believe some cities in China, correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard the story before. They have a contestant to check which dish is more spicy. Like they will put 3 dishes in front of you. They ask 3 people to come, they blindfold them and ask them to taste them and then tell to the participant which one is more spicy. Now, if I taste it and I told you, like the 3 of us stated, I tell you this is very, very spicy. Will it be very spicy? How will you make the conclusion that this is very spicy in reality? I would love to hear your answers. I need to repeat the example. We are in a competition and we have 3 contestants. They need to taste 3 dishes to understand which one is more spicy. Okay? The first one tasted the first dish and he said it's super spicy. So the people put in their brain that this first dish is super spicy. Now, how will you know whether this one is super spicy or not super spicy? You don't need to annotate on my slides. Thank you.
If I must say, I think what's coming up for me would be based on which one you taste first, because the level of the spice would be relative to which one you taste first for whoever is doing the tasting. Yeah.
Okay. Facial expression and reaction of the body. Okay. Well, you are all right, but you forgot one very important factor. Does this person love spicy or no? Because for me, if I don't do good when I eat spicy, if I eat little bit spicy dish, it will be super spicy for me. So I will go and tell the people, this is very, very spicy. But technically, I don't eat spicy. So a small bit of spicy, it will be very spicy. So that's why in this contestant, you need to take in consideration the bottom-up process. This person, exactly. This person doesn't know, like, how is your relation with the spicy? So first thing, they need to understand each competitor, if I am from Hunan, okay, I will eat a very spicy, it will be for me, oh, it's nice. It's not spicy, it's a little bit spicy. I had it before with many of my factories. Oh, no, it's not spicy, try it. I tried, I was like, man, that's burning. I was like, really? Exactly. So this is the thing. You need to take in consideration the other person perception, which is top-down process, how they see things, what spicy means to them, how they develop the knowledge about spicy. Here another example. No, it doesn't relate here. Again, the top-down, bottom-up theory of the perception, it's very deep. It's really very deep. The conclusion from it, it's we need both of these factors to form, let's say, a conscious perception or form a new perception. Most of the time, we need to rewrite our top-down perception to get conscious perception. Now that we talked about perceptions, and trust me, I didn't cover it fair. I do believe some of you might still thinking. What does perception impact? I will give a very fair example of this. My client, I had a client back like 10 years ago. He's American. And like my perception, like most of the Americans swear a lot. How I developed this perception is from this guy. Because he swear a lot. And for me, it's like, why are you swearing? It took me time to understand that this is how he talks. So technically, he's not angry. For me, if someone is swearing, that means it used to be like, he's angry. Like, why are you angry with me? I was like, I haven't done anything. Why are you angry? I was like, I'm not angry. Why do you think I'm angry? I was like, man, you're swearing a lot. I was like, that's normal. I'm not angry at anything. I'm just talking this way. That's, again, cultural difference. I'm from the East. He's from the USA. So technically, everyone have different culture. Everyone have different perception. Perception impact everything. As I said earlier, they're all linked together. Hold on, I'm trying to find my glossary. Yeah, they're all linked together. But first thing, perception impact is our thoughts. The first thing, perception impact is our thoughts, and by perception and thoughts, we hit the emotions. The emotions, as I've been doing some research recently, emotions technically have, let's say, like any meal, let's say any dinner. It's have many recipes. These recipes have many ingredients. First ingredient of them, I know only 2 ingredients. Don't challenge me on the rest. I listened to the first 2 ingredients and it's blown my mind. First ingredient is how we feel. Okay, so how our body feel. The second ingredient is how we tell our brain how we feel. So it's the language. How? Let me tell you this. You're happy. Okay, you feel your body is as you're happy, your body is getting warmer, your heartbeat getting faster. You're excited. So you see what I did? I'm excited, I'm happy. I shoot it to the brain shoot the orders. If you're angry, what will happen? The same. Your body will be warm, your heartbeat will be raising. But you'll say, I'm angry, I'm sad. You shoot it up to your brain, the brain gives the orders. So what differentiates the feelings in our brain is the language, how we talk to ourselves. That's one of the ways emotions form. How we label each emotion. They did a research with a lot of people, and technically, how many emotions you can name? How many emotions do you know? In general, majority of people, they were able to name 5 to 6 emotions. We have a lot of emotions that or we mislabel, or we still don't have a clear perception on what this emotion is. But once you tell yourself, I'm sad, your brain take this emotion as sad, shoot the orders. Your neurons start going right and left, giving orders. And how is that affecting us? Now, what are we seeing in this photo? The point of this photo is perception is not how we see things by our eyes. We don't see the words. Perception is how our brain see things. It's how we perceive things. As I said earlier, again, it's a very deep topic, but technically, perception is not how we see or feel or touch or smell or our 8 senses. Perception is how all these senses together communicate with the brain and how our brain perceive things. A very, very simple example, I guess many who've been in my sessions heard it before. I wake up in the morning, it was raining and it was very dark day. In my head, it's raining day, it's too much troubles. It's like, I will not find a cab, I will get wet. You see how I'm talking to myself? Now my day is very, very full of challenges, full of uncertainties, full of issues I put in my head to fix. But if I wake up in the morning, I say it's raining day, but that's nice. I like raining day. I will grab an umbrella and I will go out. I will wear the bags in my shoes, let's say, or I will not go down until they arrive. See the difference? And what I did, I just changed the way I'm looking to the day. At the same time, I changed the way I'm talking to myself about the day. So the point is in every situation, how we perceive the situation is how we perceive our world. Because it's all together. When you perceive things, you will think of something. So your beliefs, thoughts, you perceive things, perceptions, thoughts, feelings, behaviors. How you perceive any situation, you will give the order on how are you feeling about it, and you will behave accordingly. So this is the point. It's not how we see things, it's how our brain sees things using the top-down, bottom-up. Right. This is how it is how we experience the world. Exactly, Darko. Thanks a lot. So, from what I talked so far, obviously I talked very fast. What we have learned to help us develop our inner resilience. Now we learned about thoughts and perception, how our perception form our thoughts, and by forming our thoughts, how we influence our emotions. and how our emotions influence our behaviors. Now, all these three together, when we learn about them, they're all linked. So that's what you can control. You cannot control your emotions, you can control your thoughts and your behaviors. When you control your thoughts and behaviors, by default, you are in control of your emotions. So the way you think of the situation, the way you perceive the situation, the way you act for the situation, it makes the outcome. You are in control of the outcome. I hear many of you might be rolling their eyes and say, hey, it's not easy, it's just easy talk, it's all talk. It is. But good things take hard work. And trust me, it's not only talk, it's scientifically proven. The way you talk to yourself, it will change the outcome because it's all connected and it's all in your control, as tough as it is. And that's how we grow. That's how we develop our resilience, by challenging ourselves. Five tools, like there are a lot. But for me, those five, it helps you to develop the inner resilience on daily basis with practice. It's gonna take some time, but put the practice in and never give up. Inquire the events. Be aware it's what's happening. Is it something internal or is it external? Are your belief influencing of the things and amplifying the situations? Be aware of the situation that's triggering you or that's triggering the behaviors you're behaving in. At the same time, make sure you are thinking rationally. We need to rewrite our top down because we need to think rationally instead of irrationally. Most of the time when you are in fight or flight mode, you will think irrationally. Examine your belief. Am I believing this because it's fact, or I am just like by the situation believing? Always keep a growth mindset in all your approaches. Growth mindset is the key. Ask to clarify and see what's the situation is. Is it really happening, or you are just acting based on some beliefs? You need to like examine. It's a key to examine your beliefs. Make sure those beliefs are solid. As I said earlier, be aware of the cultural difference because the cultural difference impacts us a lot. The cultural difference affects our behaviors, affect how we perceive things, affect how we see things, and by default, it will affect how we feel and how we behave in certain situations. Control your emotion. Yes, as I said, control your thoughts, control your behaviors. You can control your emotion. They're all linked. You want a more mature mindset. You want what all we want. We all here want one thing. What was it? We all want more, whether happiness, more happy, more self-control, more money, more whatever. We all want more. And the way you need to link it together to get more. If you want to get more, you need to start from within, start with the brain, rewrite, which we call it in NLP also reframe. Be compassionate first to yourself, then to others. The way you talk to yourself matters. How you talk to yourself affect how you feel. As my very example, when your body is angry, they will release a cortisol. The cortisol will stay in your body for 90 seconds only. How you act after this 90 seconds is your choice. So you will be angry for 90 seconds. How you react in this 90 seconds is a choice. You're not angry anymore. 90 seconds gone, you're not angry. You can reverse that, you can rewrite that. But if you choose to stay angry, that's a choice you made. It's not your body, it's not the situation, it's not your heart, it's not your stomach. It's a choice you made. Because scientifically proven that the cortisol will stay in your body for 90 seconds only. The way you talk to yourself, the way you think of any situation matter and affects your behaviors as well. So be compassionate with yourself and be compassionate with others. Because as I always say, our standards are not these standards. As you see, we have 4 areas, everyone in different area, everyone have different standard, everyone have different value. Most common mistake we have in like, that's by default. Those are the standards. No. Everyone has his own standards. My standards are my standards only, are not these standards. Because those standards, I already like combine them based on my values, based on my empirical knowledge, based on life experience. And my life experience is very different than Dino very different than Darko, very different than many of you. Everyone has his unique experience. Everyone has his unique path. Everyone has his own standards. And those are not the standards. If you want a better, whatever, better relationship or better work environment or better relationship with our boss, we need to understand their standards, our standards, how to compromise. Baby steps, it's gonna take some work. First thing is start with the mindset, and then you can control everything in you. Trust me, first I heard this theory last year. It was like 3 years ago. I used to be a very stubborn person. I used to believe that's it, I'm done. I am already over 30 years old. I can't change anymore. That's in my tradition, in my family. We used to say you are unable to change because you're old enough. You're too old to change now. Got my point? So I use in my head like, that's it. Take it or leave it, that's me. I start work on myself. It took me time. It took me really hard work, but it's all it takes, determination and consistency. Know what you want, know your patterns, okay? Know how you think, know how you talk to yourself, then start what different outcome you want, start by changing. Now, back to this. You took it in the beginning. How would you feel the space differently to have a different outcome? Based on what you learn about the thinking, the perceptions, the behaviors. Trust me, you might think it's hard. That means you told yourself it's hard. It's not hard. If anyone can do it, you can do it. You just need to believe in it and just do it. Baby steps. I think, yep. Now I still have time, right, Dino? Now I'm not sure if you all log in. Yeah, go ahead, Dino.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. I'm not sure if we're using your computers. I will share with you a Miro link. The purpose of the link, okay. The purpose of the link is to explore, I will give everyone like 5 to 6 minutes, let's say. The purpose of the link is, I want you to explore the land of the behaviors. I want you to explore the disc. I want you to try to see which area you resonate with the most. So explore the behaviors and try to put yourself on one of those areas. And perception subject by itself, it's something very deep. I have other courses where you can study the psychology of behaviors, the psychology of behavior fundamentals, then the CBC, how to understand the behaviors, like cognitive behavioral coaching, how to understand your behaviors, how to understand other behaviors, how to change your limiting beliefs, how to examine your limiting belief, change your perception, change your thoughts. Then by default, it will change the way you feel, it will change the way you behave. All start within, all start with the language and how you talk to yourself. Thank you again for being here with me and give me of your time, and feel free to connect.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jan. This was a really powerful session. You know, I have my takeaways here on top of my notebook, and I'll just like to share one with everybody that really stood out to me. You know, and it says, you know, it's not what we see, it's what we perceive. And that's a really powerful insight to me personally, because I can carry that in my pocket. And whenever I'm having a really hard day, I can realize, no, it's just my perception.
Boom! You made it here! Good on you. Make sure you click the subscribe button below and check out the playlist at the end. If you'd like to come along to our Sunday sessions where we host a live, free Q&A for our students and members, you're welcome. I'll see you there.